I'd gone to some event in the south once with mom where I'd gotten photographed. The unwaxed muchi I had and full hair over here I had, I remember. I arrived only with my first film. I arrived, I just didn't make the impression that I wanted to make. And I don't think I'll ever feel like अब तो मैं आ गई अब बैठो और मेरी तारीफ करो. हमारा पार्टी हमारे रूम में होता था. मैं पापा मम्मा खुशी used to like put on a movie and like eat ice cream.
Hi everyone, welcome back to ETimes, and today I have Sunshine here right with me. I could call her Sunshine because she's dressed in all yellow, and here I am looking like I don't know, a garden.
No, you're looking like a nice, pretty. You're looking like the sky, and I'm looking like the sun.
Yeah, well, Janhvi, welcome to ETimes. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and there's another glow on your face today that I've not seen before, and I'm sure that's because of Good Luck Jerry, of course. So tell us how you feel right now, since you're getting such good reviews, people are talking about it, everyone's liking your role.
I'm feeling great. I think it's like a pinching myself kind of moment. Me constantly asking people कि सच में लोगों को इतना पसंद आया. सच में मेरी इतनी तारीफ हो रही है. Like I keep like everyone who I've done interviews with today, I like reconfirm with them that they feel the same way because I also just want to be sure. Um, but yeah, it feels good. It's a new feeling.
So Janhvi, Good Luck Jerry, and of course your brother Arjun Kapoor's movie Equivalent Returns released on the same day. So how was that like? Was that a special moment?
It was a special moment. I think that especially because I feel like I've gotten good reviews and people have genuinely liked what we've done. Like I say this and then I doubt it. I hope that's the case, but it feels like that's what's happened. I'm feeling like there's a lot of love, and also in this environment for films to do well theatrically is a big deal, and Villain has earned a very good amount of money and it's sustained through the weekend, which I think is a big deal. And so yesterday when we met for dinner, there was a moment of, because I think we've seen each other go through these beats of feeling dejected and then pushing ourselves, picking ourselves up, not giving up, going through the grind a little bit. And yesterday when it was kind of a feeling of like it feels good.
Yeah.
It turned out okay.
Yeah, I think what you just mentioned about, that you also feel that kind of jitters, and, so at some point you felt, and still you need reassurance, right? From the audiences, of course. So, because you've come from a filmy family, so I'm sure that and you have spoken about it, that there's always a pressure, Do you still feel that pressure, or now the pressure has shifted to how your performance would be next rather than where you came from, that pressure?
I think I honestly, I don't know what it is now. Now it's just the feeling of what you said. Now I want to get back to a set and make sure what I do is better than what I've done. And how else can I push myself, and what else can I do to prove to them that I do have something to offer, and prove to myself that I'm more than what people want to limit me to. So these are the thoughts that are occupying my headspace, and also it's great. I let myself enjoy it for a minute, and now I need to get back to real work, and that is to be in front of a camera.
Absolutely. But, Janvi, having a movie like Good Luck Jerry, and of course, Gunjan Saxena, and all the Ruhi, and all your work, you've done very well, like in the past as well. So, at this point where you're prepping for Mr. and Mrs. Mahi, and I saw that picture also before this interview.
And I need to run for cricket only after this
Yeah,
interview.
you just mentioned you're going for that. But do you, at this moment, feel that you have arrived? That sort of a feeling, ki abhi to, everyone has seen my work, and now it's just going to get better. I have to push myself harder. I feel that I've arrived.
Arrived where I arrived only with my first film. I arrived. I just didn't make the impression that I wanted to make. And I don't think I'll ever feel like अब तो मैं आ गई अब बैठो और मेरी तारीफ करो. I think that's like stupid almost. But I do feel like they hopefully will look at my work henceforth with an open mind, and hopefully when they see me, the first thing that comes to their mind won't be privilege or won't be undeserving. Maybe it'll be, oh, like, let me give her a chance. Even if I get that much for my next films, I'll be happy because I'll put in the work. I'll definitely put in the work and make sure that I push myself.
And I think you are doing that because that just shows through your craft, right? Whenever it's your film is out, your project is out. But adding to what you just mentioned, that you met for dinner last night, your family. So I'm sure a lot of people would be, curious to know what would be your dinner table or breakfast table conversation with your family. Like, would it be all about films?
Yesterday's conversations are all about a lot of things, but yeah, a lot of it is predominantly about films, and not just because it's our profession, but because we are so deeply passionate about what we do. And I think as a family, what I realized yesterday actually was that, and this is something that I'm very proud of. Um, we all have our faults. We've all, had our ups and downs and made our mistakes. But one thing that we have in common is that we've been brought up to believe, to approach our work with a lot of honesty and integrity. And we are capable of being objective about our work, which, yeah, so yeah, the conversation is primarily about films, but it comes from a place of love, not from a place of like planning or plotting or calculating. It comes from a place of let's talk about our art, the way that people might discuss politics that they're passionate about.
Yeah, so basically, it's all about eat, breathe, sleep movies for you, and then of course that just becomes a part of your life. Well, if we could talk a little bit about your childhood, because obviously, you're from the filmy family. So, do you remember those moments when you had got papped as a child? Because today, though, of course, Janhvi coming out of the Pilates session, Janhvi doing anything is papped. But
And ETimes only puts my photo first. They somehow get pictures of inside the gym. They get pictures. I'm like lifting a dumbbell like this, and then I see it on ETimes. I'm like, what? Like, where are they? Um,
you have that childhood memory of getting papped?
yeah, I do. For as long as I can remember, I remember flashes. Um, and I remember I'd gone to some event in the south once with mom, where I'd gotten photographed. The unwaxed muchi I had and full hair over here I had, I remember. Um, Very ungroomed I was. And I didn't realize, I thought they were clicking pictures and whatever, it'll go. And then I went back to school the next day or the day after. And तभी वो MSN homepage होता था या Yahoo homepage, and all of the news updates would come. And so we had an IT class. So me and like everyone in my grade had to open a laptop and said go on to MSN or go on to Yahoo. And suddenly I see my face and like on all of my friends' screens, and I'm like, what is going on? And they made so much fun of me. And yeah, it was like a moment.
But Janvi then and Janvi now getting papped is a lot of
Yeah,
difference.
a lot less facial hair,
And of course,
better
posing
clothes
and all,
for the most part.
poses, giving better poses and all of that.
Yeah, my typical poses. Or like every time I'm walking away, they tell me to like turn around and look, so I turn around.
I've seen the hair flips a lot.
It's because I have a lot of hair, inevitably it flips.
That's beautiful. Well, also talking about B-Town parties, do you have any childhood memory of going to a B-Town party, and how was that like?
No, my parents weren't the going to parties kind of people. We'd go to a lot of screenings and premieres. Um, so yeah, I remember going for the Savaria premiere. I remember going for the screening of Pokar, which was I remember it was a very stressful screening because was it? No, not Pokar. I think it wasn't Pokar, so I think it was Nayak, the Nayak screening. And I remember it was very like stressful for some reason. Um, so I remember instances like this. I remember the no entry premiere. I remember things like that. I remember the English premiere in Toronto.
But not like those parties as such, birthday parties or
No, we never
parties
went
like
to
that.
any.
Okay.
हमारा पार्टी हमारे रूम में होता था. मैं पापा मम्मा खुशी used to like put on a movie and like eat ice cream.
Yeah, definitely. Now that Khushi is also, going to debut, so is there any tip that you give her, or is there anything that you keep telling her? Because a lot of now for an actress, a lot of part has to do with, how she's on Instagram also and how she's getting papped also, and it's a whole system,
No,
right?
I guess so, but I don't think it really has that much to do. I think what it comes down to is your film. And if you don't have your films going for you, then I guess these things take center stage. But first and foremost, you reach audiences through your films. And my Instagram personality is not at all what I am in my movies. So, and I think that might be counterproductive. I think it throws people off a little bit, but that's how it is. I wouldn't want her to pay any attention to that, to catering some sort of image
Just focus.
on the work. Yeah.
So you feel content is king today, whether it's on OTT, whether it's theatrical release.
Yeah, I feel art, your work, you're not in. I mean, a large part of creating your brand and all of that, just for the sake of earning money, is to be a personality and in some ways an influencer, which is a lot of work, and it is a creative field also. But that's not like your job. You can do it for those reasons, but I do it for other reasons.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being
Thank
in
you
the
for
Times.
having me. Thank you.